Welcome back to the reading of the book I'm A.S.S. by M.J. Forrest. You can pick up your own copy through Amazon for yourself or even for a friend if you'd like. Now, what did we learn last week? There's a sheriff, 2 deputies, and 4 brothers that run a knife shop. So let's continue on, shall we? All the workers in the businesses of the town had one thing in common. They loved to make fun of Donkey. It wasn't that they really hated their donkey of the town. It was just that he was there in his pen, out in the open, day in and day out. At times, Donkey would run up to them, no matter what kind of day it was. Whether it was raining or the sun was shining, or if it was cold and in the middle of winter, and the workers thought it was so easy for them to make fun of him. It seemed as if mean things would just come out of their mouths like a barrel rolling down a steep hill. They didn't all leave their homes with the thought of saying something mean and nasty to their donkey. They didn't all want Donkey to be sad for them to see through their windows as they worked. Every morning they would leave their homes and walk by Donkey's pen. They would stop at different times and say something that they thought would be funny, smart, or even cute, but was always mean. Sometimes they would laugh, and other times they would hang their heads in shame. The times that they felt shame, they would usually have a very bad day at work. They would be easily provoked and be angry for the most part of the day. They would bicker at each other at any little thing, like kittens in a fight for the closest place to a bowl of milk. At the end of the day, they would never be happy, no matter how many sales they had made, and usually they wouldn't walk home together. Donkey had a kind heart. He wanted everyone to be happy. He tried his best to make people laugh and smile when they came by his pen. Donkey would kick up his heels and run around. He would bray in laughter, trying to make them laugh at his antics. He would go up to the people in hopes they would pet him and say kind things to him. He hoped that sometime they just might have a treat in their pocket that they were willing to share. Apples were his favorite, and carrots were a close second. He had heard of the saying that there was always room for Jell-O. Well, for him, there was always room for an apple. There were quite a few people that were not very nice, and Donkey tried to make them smile too, but it was very difficult. When the ones that were not very nice came down the road, he tried sometimes to hide, for he was sad to see them coming. There was just no place to hide. When he tried to hide behind the trees, they would always see him, for his body was too big for the skinny trees. When he tried to hide behind his water trough, they would laugh and say he was too tall to hide behind it. It made him very sad. Anna would come along every morning. She most always had some kind of mean thing to say. "Donkey, you are just standing there doing nothing. You are so fat because you don't exercise. You eat, sleep, and poop day after day. You run around some, but only when you see someone come around your pen. Then you do a little, but then wait for someone to pet you or scratch you behind your ears. You just watch us do all the work in our businesses. You have it so easy. Everything is just handed to you every day by Farmer. He feeds you, he keeps you water on your trough, he even gives you baths. You are just one lazy, good-for-nothing donkey. I don't know why this town lets you even stay here. You are just an eyesore to everyone and everybody that comes by here. My students surely don't need to smell you. Your example is just making everyone fat and lazy. Everyone can see just how fat and lazy you are. Dancing is a great way to exercise. That is what I do. I know you can see through my window teaching my students. Of course, I don't hardly eat anything at all either. Both ways are great to stay thin." Then she would say in a proud voice, "Look at me. My waist is only 19 inches. Get down to that, and I won't call you fat. Just try it my way sometimes." And we'll leave that there and take it up next week. And I hope this reading will help at least one person out there Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.